It's just been revealed that earlier last month, 2 private investigators in China were detained by Chinese authorities. Now, the thing is, the 2 private investigators that were detained were British citizen Peter Humphrey and his wife, a nationalized American citizen, Yu Yingzeng.
And the case has gotten a lot of attention from multinationals because what these 2 people did was essentially providing corporate intelligence to foreign companies so they can assess the risk of going into China to do business.
Basically because of a lack of transparency and pretty rampant corruption, what a lot of foreign companies in China do is they hire these private investigators to kind of check out the people they're doing business with so they can, make better decisions based on how they move forward.
Yeah, and Peter Humphrey and his wife actually has a pretty successful and well-known company called ChinaWhys, and they did provide information to Glaxo, the pharmaceutical company that's been under a big corruption or bribery investigation in China. So people are speculating whether their detention has to do with this case, but we're not
sure.
Although
Glaxo has officially said that these 2 were not actually working for them. But the fact that this is a company that worked with another company that is being investigated by China has a lot of people wondering, is this some kind of crackdown against foreign companies in China?
Because there's a lot of fraud that goes on, and the kind of business relationship in China for most multinationals, they're not used to how things operate, so they need these kind of middlemen to kind of guide them through the way.
Now, private investigation in China is technically illegal, although it's one of those laws that's very selectively enforced. However, because of this case, a lot of private investigators are wondering if they're going to be subject to being cracked down on a lot more. And this is something that foreign businesses feel is a very critical part of their business in China.
There was one Canadian who's been detained for over a year without charge, and people are afraid that this may be the fate for these two people.
And that's the thing. Being detained in China does not mean you've been charged with the crime or that you're a criminal. It's just they've detained you indefinitely. Yeah.
And it's hard for them to kind of figure out what's going to happen. So people are definitely watching this case to see what happens to them, because obviously a lot of people want to go to China to do business, but they want to make sure they know what they're getting into.
Yeah. And I think the interesting thing about this case is it really shows how little control foreign countries and foreign businesses have in China, that when their employees are detained, they have very little say in what happens to them.
So what do you guys think about this case? Is it a problem where these middlemen that are providing a service to multinationals going into China start being targeted by Chinese authorities without much reason being given? Is that a problem? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.